What's going on, guys? So I got a topic here that I think no one's really talking about, and never really looked at it from this angle. Let's say I'm trying to be calm about it, and again, I'm not a lawyer. These are just my opinions. This is all free information that I gathered, and like I said, we never really looked at it from this type of view. So I just want to bring it to everyone's attention. I just want to tell you guys, how I'm looking at it. Um, it's not long. It'll be quick. So let's get this done. Appreciate you guys. All right. So let me start with something honest, something simple enough for a child to understand, yet somehow controversial for adults sitting behind desks and drafting laws. When someone breaks into your home, they're not there with good intentions. That's not paranoia. That's not speculation. That's basic logic. A person doesn't bypass locks, breaks windows, or sneak into a house at night to deliver kindness. So the moment an intruder enters your home, you are no longer operating in a world of assumptions. You're operating in a world of immediate danger. A world where the margin for error is razor thin. And here's where the contradiction begins. Society expects you, in Canada, I'm talking about, society expects you, the homeowner, to respond to that danger with perfect clarity, perfect restraint, and perfect proportionality. In a moment that is designed to shatter all clarity, erode all calm, and overwhelm every ounce of rational thought. That expectation is not just unrealistic, it is fundamentally illogical. Let's think about this for a moment. Long before laws, before courts, before governments, before police forces, there was the instinct to protect one's shelter. That instinct exists in every species on Earth. You defend the space where your family sleeps. You defend the territory where you're vulnerable. This is not aggression, it is survival. History does not negotiate. Fear does not wait for paperwork. And in the moment you believe your family will be harmed, your brain activates an ancient system, the instinct to protect life. Yet modern society often tells you to suppress that instinct, to think like a philosopher, evaluate like a lawyer, and act like a trained negotiator, all within seconds. This is the heart of the issue. We've built laws that assume people can transcend biology in moments of panic. But biology doesn't care about legal theory. Which brings us to this point here, which is very important, is uncertainty. So, when someone breaks into your home, you don't know their intentions. You don't know their mindset. You don't know if they're armed, if they're desperate, if they're violent, if they're unstable. You are responding to uncertainty. And uncertainty is the most dangerous variable in any threat scenario, in mathematics, in science, in philosophy. in every field of logic. When the outcome is unknown, you prepare for the worst case scenario. Why? Because worst case planning saves lives. And yet morally, socially, and legally, some systems still expect homeowners to trust an intruder, to treat an intruder, like a maybe threat, instead of acknowledging the obvious. Someone who violates your home has already shown they are willing to break major boundaries. Once the boundary is crossed, you have every rational reason to assume that danger is real. Now, let's take a look through the eyes of some philosophy for a second here. Philosophers like John Locke argued that a person's home is an extension of their life. It's not property in the shallow sense. It is the physical environment in which life unfolds. So to defend one's home is to defend one's life. Aristotle believed that the household was the first cell to society, the foundation upon which all laws and all order are built, meaning, if the home is not protected, the society built upon it will collapse. Modern social contract theory goes even further. It states that citizens surrender certain freedoms to the state in exchange for protection. But here's the contradiction. If the state cannot protect you instantly, and it can't, because response times are minutes, not seconds, yet it also restricts your ability to protect yourself instantly, then there is a breach in the social contract. You are left undefended by the state and restricted from defending yourself. Logically, ethically, mathematically, that equation does not balance. Now let's move away from philosophy. Let's look at the human reality. When someone breaks into your home, your only priorities are simple. Protect your family, stop the threat, survive. No one, not one human being, can perform moral calculus under that pressure. You don't get to pause and debate proportionality. You don't get to analyze motives. You don't get to wait and see if the intruder's intentions become clearer. When danger enters your home, it becomes your responsibility. Not because the law demands it, but because love demands it. You protect the people you love because that is what being human means. I just want to bring up one small point here also. We trust young men and women to make life and death decisions on foreign soil to protect people they've never met. We acknowledge their judgment, their instinct, their decision making under stress. So the question becomes simple. If we trust them to defend the nation, why hesitate to trust civilians to defend their own homes? Not as soldiers, but as parents, as partners, and human beings. A society that trusts people with the macro must trust them with the micro. So here's the logical conclusion. A society cannot claim to be safe if the only place a person is helpless is inside their home. A society cannot claim to value life if it restricts the instinct to protect life. And a society cannot claim the moral high ground if it requires citizens to behave with perfect restraint when facing someone who has already abandoned restraint entirely. The protection of the home is not an emotional argument. It is not a political argument. It is not a fringe argument. Civilization itself is built on the idea that the home is sacred, the family is sacred, and the right to survive is non-negotiable. If we can trust human beings to contribute to society, to raise families, to build communities, to vote, to work, to serve, to sacrifice, then we can trust them with the basic responsibility of all, the responsibility to protect their home when danger forces its way inside. Anything less is not safety. It is an illusion of safety and a betrayal of logic itself. Guys, I appreciate you sticking with me and hearing me out. I want to know what you guys think. The whole reason I came up with this is to look at the logical point of view of why it's such a problem here. I believe we should have the complete First and the complete Second Amendment. I believe we should have the complete First and the complete Second Amendment here in Canada. For everything that is stated, we should have every right to protect this house, your house. Everybody has a right to protect their house and what's inside it, and themselves and their property. I tried to look at it calmly, from an academic point of view, and this is what I came up with. Let me know what you guys think. And again, I'm not a lawyer. These are just my opinions. This is all free information that I gathered. But I want to know what you guys think. Was this too extreme? Do you guys agree with this and not agree with this? I appreciate you guys sticking by. I got the next video working. Guys, please like and subscribe. It means a lot. It helps out a lot. We're going to go big, and we're going to go big together. I got a lot of things to bring out. I got a lot of things in my head I got to write down. I hope you guys will be there to share that with me. I appreciate you guys. Have a good night.